Hello everybody, welcome to the at the pace of Shekhawati International Academy Seeker. I hope today you are doing well. And now, today we are going to start a chapter of class 7 CBSE, chapter number 6, The Gulliver in the Land of Giants. So here, written by Jonathan Swift. My dear students, you have come across many times by this story of Gulliver, as he was a marine person. We It is no doubt that if we recognized him by the word marine, because marine is a name or a designation given to those people who spend their most of time of their life in sea, to search for food, to search for their business, as people have a business of transportation through the ship. So they spend a lot of time, almost 9 months in a year they spend in their journey. So he was also a type of person who traveled different parts of the world and got a chance to have a great adventure with his time. Now, what he had adventure. One day he was having a travel almost 3000 kilometers, and unfortunately he had distracted by his route, and he had reached at a place. How he reached at the place? He met with a storm. A storm had destroyed his ship, but somehow he managed to drag himself to the shore of a island. And once he had landed at this island, he found that he was so tired, he was so exhausted, so he just lie down, he just got sleep. When he walked up, he found that he was bounded by many ropes, very thin ropes, and many people were surrounding him. And what was the size of the people? They were only 6 inch, almost my fingers. That is their height, or he was covered by this number of people. And this was his adventure he met. And he found that he had reached at the place named as Lilliput, and these people who are living in this island, they are known as Lilliputin. So, and now, after having another voyage, he had reached at that place where he has considered to be very 6 inch, and he had reached at the place or at the island where the people are so enormous in the size. They are so big, and in front of these giant people, the Gulliver is considered to very small, a kind of insect in front of them, in front of their presence. Now here, that's why the chapter name is Gulliver in the Land of Giants. So who is giants? The giants are the people who are living in this island. A very interesting story of this. Now, start from the starting, beginning. I heard the reapers not above 100 yards behind me. Now here, as I have told you that he was a marine, and this time he was also having a chance to uh, visit an island. Unfortunately, he had reached at an island, and what he found that he was thinking that I am in the thick forest, but actually this was not a thick forest. He was wandering in a area which is known as field, where the number of crops were cultivated. Now what he found, that he thought that I am in the forest, but actually it was not a forest, it was a proper field of crops. Now what he heard the reapers. Reapers means who were cultivating the crops, who were cutting the crops. And how far he heard this voice? He heard this voice from 100 yards behind me. I was scared and confounded when one of the reapers approaching within 10 yards of the ridge where I lay. Now here, confound, my dear students, means shocked. I was shocked. I was so thrilled. I was surprised to see that one of the reapers. Reapers means a person who was cutting the crops. That is known reaper. Or so reapers means, rip means, word means, a crop is totally furnished, a crop is totally ready to cut. That is known as rip. You have seen that there are two type of fruits: raw fruits and rip fruits. Rip fruits means pakka hua fruits, and raw fruit means kacha. So here, when the thing is totally ripped, then it's time to consume it or cut it. and if like the farmers are the sellers, so they sell it to the godowns where they can get their livelihood. So here this is the process. So reapers were cutting the crops, and he heard the sound of the reapers were, and one of the reaper was coming towards him. Approaching him means coming within 10 yards of the ridge. Ridge means where the place where he was living, at the corner of the field where he was just standing. Made me fear that with the next step I should be squashed to death under his foot. And I was got so shocked. I was so in trauma. I was shocked. I was so fear. I was terrified because of I had a fear that I'm going to get die today, because I would become. I would be trodden. Trodden means, my dear, kuchalna. I would be trodden by the giant feet of this person who was approaching to him, or cut in the two with the raping look. And he might be cut, he might be head off by the giant who was holding a kind of a rip hook, with the help of this a kind of a equipment. He just cut the ropes crops. So he was having a two fear that might be he come under the feet, and second was that the equipment means the ojar which he was cutting the crops, that reaping hook. And therefore when he was again about to move, I screamed as loud as fear could make me. And when he was just moving one step ahead, I was so thrilled, I was so terror, so I just screamed as much I can. Whereupon the huge creatures trotting short. Trotting means, my dear students, sit down. He just sit down on his knee and looking round about under him for some time, and last beside me I lay on the ground. Beside me saw something suddenly, and once he saw suddenly at me, that first when I made a sound, when I made a scream, when I cry, he was just sit on his knee and searching here and there in his clothes as well as, and suddenly he put his eyes on me, short and looking round about under him for some time. At last beside me as I lay on the ground, he considered for a while, and he thought, he was confused for a while. He was just gaping at me, he was just staring at me. Who? The giant person. At length he ventured to take me behind by the middle between his forefinger and thumb, and brought me within 3 yards of his eyes, that he might behold my shape more perfectly. Now, finally, after a little bit time, what he did, he dared, he had courage to take me. Venture means, my dear students, dare. He had dare, somehow he managed the dare and take me up. He lifted me by the middle and his forefingers and thumb. So he just lifted me and brought me within 3 yards of his eyes, and he brought so closer to his eyes so he can properly look at me, discover me, search me, inspect me, that what type of creatures I was. And then he might behold my shape more perfectly, and then finally he just take me in a proper way. I guessed his meaning, and good fortune gave me so much presence of mind. So it was his good fortune, it was his good luck, and which gave me a proper presence of his mind. He used his mind, he used his presence of mind, how beautifully he was responding, how beautifully he was reacting when the person was gapping, when the giant person was looking at him. Giant means a very huge, a very big. You have seen number of movies in Hollywood, that there are many movies in which giants are being telecasted. So I resolved not to struggle as he held me in the air. So I resolved. I thought. I considered that I should not be move here and there in the air. Absolutely 60 foot from the ground, and definitely I was almost 60 feet above from the ground. Now here this word is a little bit by mistake wrong. It should be feet. Foot is a singular, feet is a plural. So 60 is a plural. So here 50 feet should be there. And so he was saying that I was almost 60 feet above from the ground, as I was in the hand of this giant person in his forefinger and thumb. All I ventured means again I dare, was to raise my eyes towards the sun and place my hands together and to speak some more words in the humble tone. First, I dared to see the sun, as well as I dared to start speaking something in a very humble tone, in a very gentle tone, in a very light tone. What I said, suitable to the condition I then was in. I apprehended every moment that he would dash me against the ground and kill me. Now here, I apprehended means feared. I was so in fear, I was so in terror that if in any moment he can throw me, he can just strike me anywhere, and I would get die. He was pleased, but it appeared that it was seeming, he observed that now you could see that this is the giant person in his hand. This is a ripe hook, and he is Gulliver, and this is a giant man. So now you can see how small this Gulliver was looking in front of him. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now you have seen the pictures. Apprehended means he was so in terror. But after a while, the man was looking little bit nicer. Why? Because it appeared that he was pleased, he was happy, he was relaxed, he was not get afraid by my presence. So he was pleased. Pleased means happy with my voice and gesture, and began to look upon me as a curiosity. So, as he was so pleased, he was so comfortable with my presence, as what attract him, my gesture and my voice, and began to look upon me as a curiosity. Curiosity means that he was so keen, he was so interested towards me, he was so kind towards me. For me, for him, as I was a piece of entertainment, so he was happy to see my presence. The farmer then placed me softly on the ground upon all fours, but I got immediately up and walked slowly backward and forward. Now here, what happened after that? He just again placed me downside with very gently, with very softly, and I suddenly just stand up on my feet, and I just, what I was doing, I was slowly walking backward and forward. I was just moving here and there to let those people see that I had no intention to run away. So now here, my why I used my presence of mind, I used my mind, I used my wit, and I what I was doing, I was just moving here and there, like I was making a piece. I was consider myself as a piece of joker, so they will be feel that I'm not running away here and there. I'm just be comfortable with their presence also. Now, they all sat down in a circle about me. The better to observe my emotions, I pulled off my hat and made a low bow towards the farmer. My dear students, bow means it's a Japanese, Japanese or Chinese or these people, uh, as we do namaskar, we do like in English, we greet people by saying hello, how are you, and we shake hand. But these people do not shake hand, they do not say namaskar or never touch the feet. They just bend themselves in front of them to pay their respect. So what I was doing, I was behaving like that. I was considering myself. I pulled off my hat. So I pulled off my hat. I removed my hat and I just bow down to show that I am very happy with their presence. I fell on my knees and lifted up my hands and eyes and spoke several words as loud as I could. So I bent down on my knee. Knee means that on my feet I just sit and raising my eyes, raising my hands, as well as I was screaming so loudly that they can hear me. I took a purse of gold out of my pocket and humbly presented it to him. Him, who is him? The main farmer who first observed me. He received it on the palm of his hand. Now, what I did, I just take out my purse, which was full of gold and gold coins. And what I did, I just served in front of him. And the farmer who took it and put this small bag in front for him, it was a small bag for me, as a Gulliver. For me, I it was a very small purse, and it was a good purse where I was holding my all the crucial and important stuffs. And now I just put what he did. The farmer just put this small bag of gold into his palm. Palm is this side, that palm. The farmer by the time was convinced I must be a rational creature. Now here, rational means gentle, with no any problem, without any problem. He was considered that this creature is not going to harm anybody of us. So he feel that this, he convinced. Now he was finally convinced. The farmer was finally convinced. He had got the belief that I'm not going to hurt anybody and I'm not a bad creature for them. So he spoke often to me, but the sound of the voice pierced my eyes, yet these words were clear enough. And what he did, he spoke often to me. Often means many times. He spoke to me many times, but the sound, whatever he was pronunciation, what was he was delivered through his mouth, I was so shocked because these loud voice cannot bear my ears. My ears was unable to bear or feel these big loud, because like at it was happening that thousands of speakers are front of you, and it will blow your mind, it will blow your ears. So that type of condition was with me. I was so my pain, it was giving me pain whenever he was screaming so loudly to me. So pierce means just trying to tear my ears. Yet his words were clear enough. I answered as loud as I could in several languages, and he often led his ear with 2 yards of me, but all in vain. For me were wholly unintelligible to each other. Now here, as now they both, the farmer as well as the believer, they both were screaming loudly to each other so they can understand what does he want to say and what I want to say. They both can understand, but unfortunately they're both language. Like Gulliver attempted many languages. He attempted like English, he attempted the other Germany or different language, but each and every language are in vain. Vain means there is no mean of using such type of language, because they are unable to make communication with each other. They cannot pass their idea with each other. They cannot introduce themselves with each other. He then sent his servants to their work, and taking his handkerchief out of his pocket, he doubled it and spread on his left hand, which he placed flat on the ground with the palm upwards, making me a sign to step into it, as I could easily do, for it was not above a foot in thickness. Now here, now, so as we were unable to communicate, so the farmer had ordered to his servants, those who are working in the field, in his field, so he had told them to work continuously. And what he did, he take out one his handkerchief, one his hanky from his pocket, and placed spread this hanky with two folded on his left hand. Into the palm, he gave me a sign to come and jump on it. I thought it better to obey, and for fear of falling, led myself to length upon the handkerchief, with the reminder of which he lifted me up to the head for the further security, and in his manner carried me to his house. Now finally, I was just jumped up in his palm, and what he did, he just put me on his shoulder and his head, and everywhere he was just giving me, he was just riding me, and as well as he took me to his home. As there, he called his wife and showed me to her, but she screamed and ran back, as women do at the sight of a toad or a spider. And what happened after that, when he took me to his home, his wife got shocked. She just ran away from me, from my presence, and how she was pretending, it was a kind of a scene you have seen many times, students, that the women, whenever they see any type of toader or any type of spider, they got shocked. What is the meaning of toader? Toader means toad. Toddler or toad, it means frog. Whenever the women see such type of things, like cockroach or toader or spider, lizard, they got so shocked. However, when she had a while seen my behavior and how well I observed the sign her husband made, she was soon reconciled and by degrees grew extremely tender of me. Now, here, reconciled means making a kind of a healthy friendship with me. How she converted into a tender nature towards me, just because of, as he was continuously observing me, that how I beautifully understanding the sign which was given by her husband to me, and now she was understanding, she was observing each and everything, and now she is slowly and gradually convincing that I am a creature who is not going to harm anybody. I am a very soft and I am very lovable creature, and they all are showing, they both are showing me loves towards me. Extremely tender means love or sympathy, affection, such type of things. Extremely means too much, atyadik. Now, it was about 12 at noon. Now it's a noon time, and a servant brought in lunch. It was only one substantial dish of meat in a dish of about 4 and 20 feet in diameter. Now here, what was happening? Now it was a noon time and this was a lunch time, and one of the servant had brought all the meals, all the plates, and placed it into the dining table, on the dining table. And what he found that like the dish of about 4 and 20 foot in the diameter, like they were so long and so broadened, the plates were so long and broadened, you could see the picture of the Gulliver, that how small it is. He is looking in front of the chicken, like he is as same as a piece of chicken, a piece of ham, and the bowls in which they people are drinking, they people are eating their foods. These bowls are almost, he can have a dive, he can have a bath in it, if it would be a water. The company were the farmer and his wife, 3 children, and an old grandmother. Now here, who were in this table? One grandmother, the father, and the farmer and his wife, and as well as 3 children were sitting in this table along with me. I was just sitting on the table and they were sitting in the chair. When they were sat down means sit for the dinner, the farmer placed me at some distance from him on the table. From him means like among them there was a one boy, as well as you could see in this picture. This is the boy, the farmer's son. The farmer placed me in very big distance of this small boy. which was 30 foot high from the floor. Now the table height was almost 30 feet from the floor. I was in a terrible fright. Fright means dar or fear, and terrible means extremely, dangerfully. At I was terribly afraid just because of I was also fearing that whenever I see the downfall, how deep it is, almost 30 feet, almost 30 feet from the table. The ground is too much have a distance. Now if I will fall down, and I would break definitely some bones of my neck, of my back, or maybe ribs, or maybe I would break my leg and leg and feet as well. As so he was, that's why he was terrible fright, and kept as far as I could from the edge floor, fearing of falling. And now what I was doing, I was just coming away from the edge of the table. Edge means the corner of the table, so it is known as edge. I was having a fear of falling. The wife minced a bit of, like, make a small piece. Mince means make a small bit of meat. So it was their food was meat, and it was so, like, there is a word is there, which here, substantial. Substantial means appropriate, enough food. The food was quite enough for everyone. Like, in a high quantity, the food was prepared for them by the servants. And meat then crumbled some bread on a trencher. Crumbled means also making a small piece on a trencher. Trencher means plate. Now here, what she did, she first make a small piece of meat, as well as who, the mother of these three children, the wife of this farmer. She made a small pieces of meat, as well as the bread, which they were that this is for their meal. And what she did, she torn, or she plucked, she break a one small piece of bread and make it small pieces, so that I can eat it very well, and placed it on my plate, and placed it before me, in front of me. I made her a low bow. I just gave her a respect. Took out my knife and fork. Knife means like that small piece of for him. It was a knife and fork, which we eat chow mein as a type of spoon, and fell to eat, which gave them exceeding delight. And when I was starting eating food, it was for them a great fun, a great delight. Delight means enjoy. The minister, the mistress sent her maid for a small dram can. Now here, mistress means the owner of the house. And who is the owner of the owner, lady owner of the house? That the farmer wife. What she did, she sent her maid for a small dram cup. Dram cup means a kind of a glass, which is used, a small glass which is used for pouring the alcohol, rum, or such type of liquor. Like, people generally drink such type of liquid in the small glass. So she ordered to her servant and asked for to bring that small glass, that dram cup, which we use to drink alcohol. Which had, you have seen that small type of glass that you have seen in number of movies today, in the songs, as well as that people you drink such type of alcohol, liquor, in a very small. They and after that, they just have a taste of a lemon or salt as well as. Now, which held about 3 gallons, and filled it with drink. And now, for me, this was, for them this was a small glass, but for me it was almost a quantity of 3 gallon, which they poured a drink in it. And what I did, and I took up the vessel with much difficulty in both hands. Vessel means a big uh, type of utensil to prepare a food in a high quantity. We have seen in many people, many in the presence of many people, those who cook in a professionally in the marriage, they have a big utensils, a big bowl of different things which they prepare the dishes, like gravy or many other sweets, as well as you have seen in the shop of sweet makers, they have a such type of big vessels, big utensils which they prepare the food or prepare the dish. So it was very hard to lift it and drink it, but somehow I managed to drink this all by my both hands, and in a most respectful manner drank to her ladyship health, expressing the words as loud as I could in English, which made the company laugh so heartily that I was almost deafened with the noise. Now here, so as I drink with the presence of this mistress, this great lady who had served him a cup of drink, and now it was his return to pay respect with full etiquettes, with full discipline. And when I just presented myself as I was showing my respect towards her, all the company, all the people who were sitting on the table, they were start laughing heartily, means laugh so heartily, means extremely, they like continuously, for a long period of time they were continuously laughing, and I was almost defended with the noise. The liquor tasted like cedar. Now what is cedar? Cedar is a kind of a alcohol which he had already consumed in his life, that the taste of the liquid which they gave me is a kind of a alcohol. And was not unpleasant. Unpleasant means not bad, it was okay. Then the master made a sign to come to his side. But as I walked on the table, I happened to stumble against a crust. Now, what is the mean of crust? Crust means, my dear students, a cap of ball, like we can say duckle. What I was doing, I was just making some problem while walking, when my honor, when the farmer asked me to come to closer to him. So what I did, I stumble. Stumble means, my dear students, ladkhadana. He started